Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Really appreciate you taking the time. So today we've got a red and black strategy, but this one has insurance. Now, there's a lot of red and black strategies out there. Even I've got plenty on my channel as well. But eventually you run into a streak of numbers that unfortunately you're on the opposite side of, which isn't a laughing joke, but it is what it is. And we all know that those streaks are coming. Now, obviously, you would like to be on the right side of that streak, but it's just the way it is. A lot of times, if you play long enough, the wheel figures what you're doing out and gives you the opposite. It just does. I've done it way too long, and I understand how that relationship is. So, with that in mind, we are going to make $50 today with a bankroll of $355. Now that's asking quite a bit because typically I'm always about 10%. But in this case scenario, you watch. I think you're going to like what you see. Now you've got to be willing to spend the $355. And we're going to have great coverage if we get to the insurance. Because we're going to play red and black, and then if things go wrong, we're going to break out our insurance. So you're going to need to strap in or buckle up for that one roll, so that we can get on track. Let's get rolling. So without further ado, let's get moving. Let's roll for a color. Obviously, please do not give me a green because that's just a bad way to start. Nothing good comes from seeing a green right off the bat, right out of the gate. So just don't do it to me. Give me anything else. Thank you. 18. Obviously, it doesn't matter to us yet, but it does tell us that we're going with black. $5 on black. Every time we're going to make $5 on this one, guys. So here we go. Hopefully we can get a couple of losses so I can show you what the insurance is. And if we don't get a couple of losses within a couple of spins, I'm just going to show it to you anyway. And I'm going to act like we got bad numbers. Okay, well, there you go. We did get a bad number. So we lose $5. That's our loss. That's our profit tray. We are going to double up like you would typically on a red and black strategy. So now we're going to stay right where we were, black. Okay? $10 is what we got on it because we're playing with $5 units. We have $355. There's a reason for that exact number, and I'll show it to you in just a second. Hopefully we can get another couple of losses, which probably won't happen because most times you don't even need to bring in the insurance. That's the truth. Okay, second loss, 32, the number I love. So now, of course, we're going to step it up to $20 because we're doubling up, right? We had $10, 5, 10. Now we're going to double up, and we're going with black. Now, 1 out of 3, yes, you should definitely win. This will probably end up being a black number, but I'm kind of hoping for a red number. That would mean that we've lost 3 in a row. And that is when we bring out the insurance to get us back on track, plus put $5 in the rack. That's why you have the bankroll. Ugh. Well, it came in black, right? So we are a winner. You're going to win all of this back, plus an extra nickel, which is great news. So we are in positive territory, as I thought it was going to happen. Typically, that's the way it goes, guys. I mean, the truth is, out of 3 50-50 hits, I mean, sure, you've got the greens, but you're going to get one of your colors. Now, that's average. Now, there are many times where you can see 4 or 5 of the same color in a row, guaranteed. So I'm going to assume here, really quickly, I want to do it now so I can show you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to play it out and make our $50. I'm going to assume that we didn't win that one, that we got 3 reds in a row because we were betting on black, remember? So I'm just going to put it back. First loss, second loss, third loss, right? And that's going to go back over there because remember I took that for profit. So we've just lost 3 in a row. Let's say it was a 7, whatever. Okay, it was 22, but let's just say it was a 7. What do we do? Now, this is going to be the 4th spin, right? So this is what you do. Now, you bring in your insurance. The insurance has to be here so that you're going to need to win $40. 20, 30, 5. So you need to win 40 to get back on track and put a nickel back in the tray. 30, 40. So 3 on each. And over here you've got 120 because these are $40 each. This needs to be 3 times. So that's 120 over there. Now you've got your total $355 in play here. You've already lost 3 in a row, technically, right? You didn't, but technically you could. So now we're just going to go ahead and play it out. You've got 32 numbers working for you. The only bad numbers are greens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I'm asking for 1 spin with having 32 numbers on our side. That's the insurance. That's why I love going back to this when you really, really need it. Number 9. Okay? Beautiful. These are all losses, but not really because they're all coming back to us. Okay? Boom, boom. Now we've got 120 down here, so we've got $240 coming back to us. That's 100, 200, 20, 30, 5, and a nickel. Well, that was a bad throw. Okay, so now we're back on track, okay? And you only use this when you have to. To lose 3 in a row is pretty tough to do. But to lose 32 numbers out of 38, damn tough. Especially when you're only asking for 1 roll out of it. So everything comes down. Everything goes back into the tray. You're up $5. And you go back to base. Red 9 came. So guess what? I'm betting on black and we're going for it. Because that would have been another bad number for us because we were betting on black, remember? So now we're $5 up and we're going back to red and black. So with that said, let's get back to it because I want to make our $50 here in a reasonable amount of time. Now, technically, we would have already made if you didn't count what I did manually here. But I wanted to show you what happened when you lose 3 in a row and then you win the 4th. Because that's why you have the insurance. Back-to-back 9s. Look at that. Son of a gun. Boom. So we lose a nickel. We go straight to $10. Have we had any easy wins? No, we've had everything that's been pretty tough so far. But that's what I wanted to show you. Because when it's tough, you need some insurance. Now, when it's average or easy, you're going to win without the insurance. You're going to win the $50 without ever using the insurance. 16. Boy, we can't roll anything but... What have we rolled? Well, we did roll the 22, but I counted it as false, right? So, lose that one again. All right, back on red. Back on black again. Let's see if we can get another bad number. But I don't think we will. That's just way too many reds. If it's just an average luck day, you're going to get a black here. 20. Well, it's not going to be 20, but 31. There it is. Okay, so you win your $15 back that you lost. Plus, you're going to win a nickel because it's $20. And now we're up $10. And, of course, black came, so I'm going to go over to red. That's just me. I like to go the opposite of whatever came last. Now, you could choose and say, okay, I want to go and play with the color. You could do that too. Again, it doesn't really matter too much. It's just me, the way I like to play the game. 0. And you're going to get occasional greens that throw into the mix as well. So we lose 5. We go straight to 10. And, of course, those greens, nothing good starts with greens. At least it doesn't with me, because 99% of my strategies that I'm involved in don't really include the greens. And I know what you're saying. Yeah, technically they should, because they do come in quite a bit. Okay. Boy, look at that. So red for 20, because we're on our 3rd loss again. We have had no easy wins here, guys. No easy ones. It's always been loss, 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 win. Loss, 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 win. It's just sometimes when it's going like that, you know that it's going to be a difficult day. Okay, just be ready for that. That when you see that you're getting so many losses, when you're playing a 50-50 bet, essentially, you've got to remember that that's probably not a great day to be gambling. Recognize that so that you can, win and get out. Come back another day, because it doesn't seem to get any better. So here we go. We've lost 3 in a row again because of those damn greens that came in. I blame the greens just because. So now, obviously, I don't want greens or 1, 2, or 34 or 35. We've got 32 numbers. Do your worst at this point. Yeah, I know I'm calling it out, but that's just the way it is. Because I've got good confidence in what I'm doing. 33. Okay. And it would have been black either way, right? So look at that. All right. So 33 is a great number. Again, we're going to win. I don't need to break it down again, do I, guys? Because we're going to win a nickel. Okay. We're going to win all this back. Because we're going to win $240 on that whole scenario. So all of this goes back in the rack. All of this comes back to us, and we win a nickel. Beautiful. Goes back in the tray. So all we did was waste a little bit of time. Okay. Black came, so I'm going red. Can I please get an easy win? I mean, really, it's kind of frustrating because some days you can't do anything but win, right? And then other days, it's so difficult to get a win. And as I've said a few times, you have 3 different days. You have those days where everything you touch seems to turn to gold. Then you have the opposite to that, where everything you touch turns to crap. Okay? So 8 black is a loser. So we go straight back to red. Okay, because black came last. And we are going for it again. And then you get those days that are kind of average. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you lose. So it's about average. Those are the days that you can swing your way. The days that you're lucky, you're going to swing your way anyway. But I'm talking about the average days. Those are the days you've got to be, that you can swing. With the right strategy and the right bankroll, you can make positive. Now, you don't want to be stupid with it and win and then give it all back. That's the worst case scenario. That drive home freaking sucks. I've done a few of those drives. My steering wheel on my old car, which was a few years ago now, was bent because of how irritated I was when I got back in the car. I would never show it in the casino, but when I got back in that car, yeah, I did get a little bit, irritated, let's say. And the top end of that steering wheel was bent. And I did it on purpose because I was angry. And then forever, I'm driving around with an, hey, that's just another story. But we got 34. Beautiful. We win. Look at that, guys. We finally have won. Nice. So that's another nickel going in the tray. I've got to get moving here because I don't want to be too long with the video. But I want to earn my $50 and show you how we do it. Now, if we were playing properly without me simulating what the insurance was on the first one, we would have only invoked the insurance 1 time so far. Because of the video and the way it's gone, I've done it twice. But you know what I'm saying. 22. Okay, so I was talking, wasn't I? 34 came, so I would have had it on black. I'm not going to count it, guys, but I was talking, and I should have been betting on black because 34 came in last, and I would have gone opposite, as you well know. So now I'm going red. I'm not going to take the win. I'm just trying to prove a point that I was doing too much of that, and I should have been paying attention to what I was doing. I've done that a few times at the casino too, just assuming that I had the bet on, and here I am so happy when I win, and I look down and I don't have the damn money on it. So pay attention when you're in the casino. Just pay attention. 31, so we lose a nickel. So I'm going to go stay with the red, and we're going to go to $10. Sorry, nearly made a mistake there. All right, let's go 31. So you know the system by now. you just keep doubling up. If you lose 3 times in a row, you use the insurance. And you know what the insurance is. You got to have $40 on each of the corners, and then 3 times the money over here. 20. I love 20, but it sucks right now. Boy. Okay, let's keep going. 20. Give me another 20. I don't mind. I've got insurance. I know. I'm not trying to overplay my hand here. I'm just saying it's nice to know that in my back pocket, I've got a way to get back on track pretty quickly. Okay, there it is. See, 1 out of 3, typically you're going to win 1 out of 3, just on an average day. Okay, that's what I like about what we're doing. So we win another nickel. We're halfway to our goal, and we're going to be betting black because red came. So let's get going because we're kind of up against the time a little bit. I'm right at 15 minutes, but if you take out a couple of minutes from me talking, I think you'll be getting close. Plus, I was playing around with going and showing you the insurance too, wasn't I? So you take that into consideration as well. Wow, look at that. I was going to drop, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, so we would probably be about 35, maybe even $40 by now if I didn't manually show you the insurance the first time around. So let's get going. We got a nickel on black, and black came. That's the first easy win that we've had. That's the first one. We're up $30. I'm going over to red. That's the first one that I can remember where we've won right out of the gate. So that just kind of tells you that things are not going to be easy today. It's an indication on how the day's going to go. I'm not saying that you should just believe that and only that. I'm just saying be aware of it. That's all. Be aware. Red. Yes. See, it's nice when it changes back around. Another $5. Beautiful. So you can win $50 so fast. It just depends on how your luck is running that day. So what are we up? $40 so far? Pretty close, right? 35. Okay. So we got 3 more wins to... Oh, look at that. See, now we're getting the back-to-backs. Look at that. We've just had 3 first level wins. We're up $40. And we're switching again, remember? Beautiful. But that's just how it goes, guys. You know that as well as I do. Roulette, it can be a vicious animal. But at times, it can show you some love too. So if you're prepared to buckle up on that 4th spin, you can get back to where you... Look at that. We are just winning left, right, and center right now. That is just beautiful. We are one spin away from being right where we need to be. And let's be honest, I would have already won $10 if I had remembered to put that black $5 chip on, and I had taken the $5 for when I showed you that insurance. If you remember, I gave it back. So I would have already achieved my goal by now if we were playing properly. But I wanted to show you the bad stuff. Look at that. Okay. Well, either way, we had some real turbulence in the beginning. Let me just make sure I've got my $355 here. There's 225. That should be 100. Yep. There's 100. So 1, 2, and 3. 25, 30, 40, 50, 55. Okay. So there's my bankroll. Put that back in there. Excellent. So it doesn't get confused. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. And, you know, and if you smoke, go and have a cigarette. Whatever you got to do to truly reset. Don't just come back in 5 minutes, guys. Give it a true 15 to 20 minute break. And then if you want to do another session, that's what I would do. Now, the insurance part of this is awesome to have in your back pocket. We're not talking about a lot of money here. And for what it does, it regains all of your losses and puts $5 back in your pocket. It's almost like you doubled up again, but this time you have incredible coverage. gets you back on track, and then you saw all of the quick and easy wins. Okay? It's a great way to play it, guys. I like it. Tell me what your thoughts are, please. Catch you later. Thank you.